My research article was the effects of Facebook relational maintenance on friendship quality, an investigation of the Facebook relational maintenance measure. Um, the study was about how social networking sites maintain relationship maintenance, especially on Facebook. They did a study to find out if people were satisfied with relational maintenance using social media and personal messaging and mass messaging in social media networking sites, rather than how before the only way you would really maintain your relationship is face-to-face contact. They're now looking at it to how we as people feel with using Facebook as a way to maintain a relationship, and if personal message has a different effect on you than creating a post. Some key terms that they had was SNS, which is social networking site, and relational maintenance, how you maintain a relationship, and how well the quality it is. I would say the research was quite extensive. They did two different studies with different participants in each one. Each study played off of one another to help correlate data. The research had several previously published articles before theirs. This helped their research more extensive and create more usable data for future researchers, and they also used scholarly articles. The first study had about 319 students from 4 different universities, and they got extra credit for participating. It was a mix between men and women and all ethnicities. In the study, a participant had to pick someone who had the same first letter in their name, and then they had to send them a message. And it was analyzed on a 7-point scale using maintenance behaviors from never felt this about retaining a relationship to very frequently. And then they did another study with 182 participants, and it was very similar to the first study with the technique and overall concept. With this, they found that the social contact and satisfaction was pretty much the same, but it wasn't the same for closeness. People felt satisfied and content with it, but they didn't feel a sense of closeness with one another. So when people got a direct instant message from someone, they felt more personal and connected to them, and that it was okay in a message. But rather than just saying like "hello everyone" on like a post on Facebook, they felt less disconnected but okay with it. We can now use computer mediated ways compared to face-to-face, and that's really good. They concluded that mass messages, like chain messages, were correlated and received negatively compared to a personalized message. And doing the mass messages was not keeping up relationship maintenance as well. They found that Facebook was a good way to maintain relationships in a light way, but still they can't be reached as well as face-to-face contact. Some strengths and weaknesses. The first strength, I thought the topic itself was very strong. It was something that is very new and modern, and in age today, that is something that is good to research and find correlations with. I thought that doing 2 different studies and 2 different samples to balance one another off and even compare their own data and then compare to previous researcher was pretty strong. The only weakness I say was not the research itself, but the way that they presented the research with not giving enough background information on the terminology or giving a clear introduction in the very beginning of the research itself. For a future study, I think that they should do the same type of sample with college kids, different ethnicities, like they did, but I would focus on other social media platforms. One I would say is Snapchat. That's a big one right now for high schoolers coming into college, and I think it would be interesting to see if kids felt that a relationship being well maintained was okay by just sending them a personal Snapchat like, hey, what's up, or versus a story saying, hit me up, and how if those have the correlations of negative and positive effects of relational maintenance as well. Thank you very much.